Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we will read from first canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 17th chapter, text number 39. Punascha jacha manaya jata rupamadat prabhu tatonrutam madham kamam rajo vairam cha panchamam. Translation and purport by Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The personality of Kali asked for something more, and because of his begging, the king gave him permission to live where there is gold. Because wherever there is gold, there is also falsity, intoxication, lust, envy, and enmity. Purport. Although Maharaj Parikshit gave Kali permission to live in 4 places, it was very difficult for him to find the places because during the reign of Maharaj Parikshit, there were no such places. Therefore, Kali asked the king to give him something practical which could be utilized for his nefarious purposes. Maharaj Parikshit thus gave him permission to live in a place where there is gold. Because wherever there is gold, there are also the above mentioned 4 things, and over and above them there is enmity also. So the personality of Kali became gold standardized. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, gold encourages falsity, intoxication, prostitution, envy, and enmity. Even a gold standard exchange and currency is bad. Gold standard currency is based on falsehood because the currency is not on a par with the reserved gold. The basic principle is falsity because currency notes are issued in value beyond that of the actual reserved gold. This artificial inflation of currency by the authorities encourages prostitution of the state economy. The price of commodities becomes artificially inflated because of bad money or artificial currency notes. Bad money drives away good money. Instead of paper currency, actual gold coins should be used for exchange, and this will stop prostitution of gold. Gold ornaments for women may be allowed by control, not by quality but by quantity. This will discourage lust, envy, and enmity. When there is actual gold currency in the form of coins, the influence of gold in producing falsity, prostitution, etc. will automatically cease. There will be no need of an anti-corruption ministry for another term of prostitution and falsity of purpose. So in this present verse, Maharaj Parikshit has been petitioned by personality of Kali requesting him more places to reside. Last week in the previous verse, it has been discussed that Maharaj Parikshit, thus being petitioned by the personality of Kali, gave him permission to reside in 4 places. The places where there is gambling, where there is drinking, prostitution, and animal slaughter. Dhyutam Panam Striya Suna. These are the 4 places where Parikshit Maharaj has given permission for Kali to reside. But personality of Kali could not find any such places in the kingdom of Parikshit, because Parikshit has been ruling in the same lines as Yudhishthira and many other Raja Rishis, as explained by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. The principles, they are being first taught the Vedic principles under the Guru, under the shelter of the Guru, and then they have been told to rule the kingdom. So, following the principles that were laid by the predecessors, there were no places of prostitution or gambling or intoxication or any kind of nefarious activities happening in the kingdom. So, Kali Purusha did not find a suitable place to reside. So that is why he is asking for a suitable place. So now in this verse, Maharaj Parikshit has granted him one more place, that is gold. Gold can be found anywhere. Gold is considered to be the real wealth. Wealth that is stored in the bank accounts or wealth in the form of in any other form is not actually considered to be the wealth, but real wealth is gold. That's why it is called gold standard. Even share markets or anything else, the currency of a country, everything depends on what is the reserve of the gold they have. So when King Parikshit has permitted Kali to stay at a place where there is gold, so Prabhupada is mentioning here, so the personality of Kali became gold standardized, which means wherever there is excess gold, there is Kali Purusha there. Invariably, Kali is there. So, what happens? That is also explained here, that wherever there is gold, there is also falsity, intoxication, lust, envy. By the way, to acquire gold, is it so easy or is it so simple? Can anybody just acquire gold like that? It's not possible because it's very expensive. It is a rare metal and it is also very expensive. So if you have to acquire gold, let us say you have done a good business, you have earned a lot of profits, you want to store your wealth. There are few options available in the market. In the contemporary world, if you go, few people will advise you to put it in some banks, to fixed deposits, some share markets, etc., etc. But if you put in the share market, you don't know whether the company in which you have put that particular fund is, if it does good, then your share will increase, your wealth will increase. But if it doesn't do good, if it is doing bad, if it is going in the negative, then your wealth will reduce and sometimes you may lose it entirely. So people fear, that's why they keep watching what is happening. Every day or every week, those who are in the share market, they keep watching what is happening to the share market overall. So it is not such a safe investment idea to invest in the shares. Then one more option, people will say, put it in the bank. But quite often after COVID, we have heard that many banks have closed or they have declared to their people, the account holders, that some of the money is lost during the COVID period. So their accounts are also reduced. Their wealth has reduced. Even though they have not intentionally, they have not used their money or intentionally they have not put it in risk market anywhere, nowhere they have invested, but still they have lost their money. So even banks are also not considered to be a safe place to invest the money. Then what is the best suitable thing? So any intelligent person who is in this financial market, they will advise you to invest in gold, because from the time they are born, they have started their financial intelligence. All the experts say that the gold value only increases, but it never reduces. So that is how in the earlier period, the parents used to purchase and keep gold in their reserve, so that when any emergency comes, like education for the children or marriage for the children, then they take out that gold, sell, and then convert it into money and use it for their purposes. So gold is assured to, it is considered to be a real wealth. But now Srimad Bhagavatam is trying to give us a different perspective in this respect. Bhagavatam is saying, initially gold was like that, but after Kali Purusha has entered or has taken control in this world, has penetrated into the kingdom of Parikshit, so Kali Purusha has been given permission to reside in the gold reserve. So whoever is preserving gold is also considered to be preserving Kali. So how to deal with it? So we have to deal with the gold also very carefully. Now somebody may say, Prabhuji, I just had darshan in the main temple. I saw beautiful, the entire arch is decorated with gold. Bhagavatam is saying, wherever there is gold, Kali is residing there. So I am having darshan of Lord Radha Krishna, or what is this? So actually, Prabhupada says, everything is emanated from the Lord. The entire creation came from the Lord's energy. So how we perceive the things, how we utilize the things, based on that, the effect will be there. Because we are utilizing all the gold in this temple for the service of the Lord. Lord is pure. So devotees are serving the Lord with the pure heart. So this gold does not attract Kali here. With that confidence, we should have darshan of the Lord. So if we don't serve the Lord with the gold that we have, then what happens? Then Kali Purusha enters there. The influence of Kali will be affected. And the consequences, we will also be affected with falsehood, intoxication, lust, envy. By the way, to acquire gold, what is required? To acquire gold, you have to do more business than others. You have to get more profit than others. That is when you can acquire more gold. Otherwise, without profit, how will you purchase gold? So, in business, if you have to get more profit, then definitely you have to do false business. You have to do a little bit of black marketing. And then lust, envy is always there. When you are thinking of acquiring more gold, that itself is lust. That is a sign of lust. And envy is always there because competition is there in the market. So naturally, envy develops. So when you think of gold, all these consequences we have to face. We cannot escape from it. So Prabhupada is giving us more insight in this context, that instead of using this currency notes, which is introduced by the government into the financial sector, we should start using gold coins. This was the actual practice earlier. If we go through Ramayana or Mahabharata, it is said that they were trading with coins, original gold coins or any precious metal coins. They used to exchange goods, not that they used to exchange currency. If somebody is producing grains and somebody is producing minerals, they were exchanging 1 kg of minerals with a few grams or kgs of grains, like that. It was an exchange of products. But by this situation, what was happening? People who are producing item 1 and who are producing item 2 were doing business among themselves, and the head of the state were collecting few taxes. So that's all their control is. But now if you have to stop something, let us say you have to stop selling grains, then it was not in their control. So that is why they have introduced false currency. So everybody can own currency, and with that currency notes, you can buy goods, whatever goods you want, items you want, you can buy that. So this currency is in whose hand? This currency is in the hands of the few people in this world. If you do a Google search, it is said that recent survey says that around 26 wealthiest people in this world has more than 50% of the world's wealth. Which means if they decide to do something, they can directly do it. If we decide to do something, can we do? We cannot do anything. Except by go to supermarket and buy some goods and then bring it in the house. That's all we can do. You can spend little money, whatever you have in your hand. More than that, you cannot do anything more. But these wealthiest people, if they want, they can change the governments, they can change the financial situation in the country, they can change anything upside down. So, to bring about monopoly in this world, few people have brought this artificial currency into the existence. That is why Prabhupada is mentioning here, this gold standard currency is based on falsehood. It is not a true currency. In many instances, in the newspapers, we see whenever there is there is a war happening right now in Israel and the neighboring places, wherein there are many rich people, but all their bank accounts are frozen. There is no electricity, there is no communication, mobile communication is not there. So even though person is wealthy, it is there only in the records. To use that wealth, it is not available in hand. So that is the situation. That is why Prabhupada is saying, this artificial wealth and all will not help us at times of need. Instead, we should actually change to real gold currency. Gold currency should be, the currency should be real gold coins, but not artificial. If I look a few verses prior in this chapter, we heard about an interaction between a bull and Parikshit Maharaj, where the bull was actually standing on one leg. 3 of its legs were not functioning or not healthy. It was standing on only one leg. Then Parikshit Maharaj pities at the condition of the bull and inquires, who is the cause for your suffering? Then the bull replies that, I am also trying to understand, but in greatly perplexed as to who is the cause of my suffering. It gives various reasons and then finally says that, Parikshit, you are the intelligent king, you are a great king coming you are the grandson of the Pandavas. So you use your intelligence and try to analyze who is the suffering, who is the perpetrator. Then finally Parikshit Maharaj understands that this bull is not an ordinary one. It is having all the knowledge of dharma or religion, and then it is dharma personified itself. So Parikshit Maharaj understands that this suffering is caused, the visible, the existing visible suffering, whatever is being caused by Kali, the personality who is just standing beside the bull and trying to hit the one healthy leg. So this Kali is the actual perpetrator, and he becomes angry at Kali and then removes his sword, tries to kill him, warns him by saying that this is my kingdom, in my kingdom I don't allow anybody suffering like this due to the cause by others. If by one owns karma, if one is suffering, that cannot be removed so easily. But if a second person is causing suffering, inflicting suffering on others, that can be easily controlled. So Parikshit Maharaj is given a warning here to move out of his kingdom. But Kali is immediately surrendered. Till that moment, Kali was showing himself as a king, wearing the garbs of a king. But when he looked at the angry King Parikshit, immediately he surrendered to Parikshit and asked for forgiveness and said, please consider me as one of your citizens and give me shelter. At that moment, Parikshit took pity on him, compassion on him, because a Kshatriya's duty is whoever surrenders to him, even if it is enemy, he has to give shelter and protection. So immediately Parikshit Maharaj gives him 4 places, as we have understood just now, but Kali was not able to find those 4 places. Then he requests more and he gives him the 5th place, which is the current verse, that is gold. But during the discussion of the bull and the Parikshit, we understand that it is very, very difficult to understand who is the cause of suffering, who is inflicting suffering. Why? Because the bull was mentioning as to conclusions of the various philosophers, various scriptures. From analyzing from all of those, we cannot easily understand who is the actual cause. Some say that suffering is because of our own activities. Others say because it is of some past karma. Some others say that it is because of material nature. or it is some destiny, the external superpower that is working on us, that is inflicting suffering on all of us. So it is very difficult to analyze, which means invariably we come to the conclusion that the dharma also, it is very difficult to understand. It is very difficult to discriminate what is dharma and what is adharma. For example, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here, there will be no need of an anti-corruption ministry, for it is in another term of falsity of purpose. We have an anti-corruption bureau. And what do? Wherever there is corruption, they try to control it. Now, but invariably, if we get into the details and try to analyze, it is very difficult to say whether they are curbing corruption or they are curbing anti-corruption. We cannot say so. We cannot be sure of it. Because it all depends on whether the official who is sitting is truthful or not. It all comes down to the truthfulness of the person. So, basically, whether the people are following religion or they are not following religion. To conclude this, first of all, we should come to the fact whether the person knows what is religion or the person doesn't know what is religion. So, what is dharma, what is adharma? It is very, very difficult to understand this. So, there is one very good example. Even though religion says, religion means what? Principles of dharma. The one who follows these principles of dharma is said to be dharmic. He is said to be a sadhu or a saint. So, there is one very good example given in one scripture. There is a saint, a sadhu, who is silently meditating in some forest area. While he was meditating like that, one day, a few innocent people who were passing through the forest, they came and asked for help. Because there were few dacoits who were chasing them, this innocent group of people. So immediately these innocent people came to this sadhu and then asked, where is there any place? Some people are chasing us. They want to try to loot us. So we wanted to take some shelter, shade. Where can we hide? So immediately the sadhu shows a place, because he is familiar with that area. He shows a place where they can safely hide. So this group of innocent people goes and hide there. So after they have hidden, in very short time, those dacoits come to that ashram. They meet the sage and they ask him, "O saint, have you seen any group of people passing through this way? Do you know anything about their whereabouts?" First thing, the sage, when an innocent group of people asked for help, the sage gave assistance, because that is his duty. When somebody has asked help, if he knew, then you can help. So that way the sage has helped them. But now the dacoits are coming and asking about the details where these people are. Then what does the sage say? As per the dharma, he has taken a vow that I will not lie in my life. I will only speak truth. Now, which side of the dharma he should take? Whether he should speak lie or he should speak the truth. So, because he has taken a vow not to speak a lie, he spoke the truth and he showed those people are hiding in this place. So, the dacoits went there, caught them, killed them and looted them. So, whether the sage has done right or wrong, whether he is dharmic or whether he is adharmic, it's very difficult to explain like that. Because dharma has many facets. So based on time, place, circumstances, we have to understand in that way. So now, coming to the context, if Kali is so powerful that he could if Parikshit is so powerful that he could warn Kali and chase him out of his kingdom, out of his place, he could have even killed him, then why did he allow? Why did he leave him alive? He could have killed him over. Kali wouldn't have any place. But a devotee doesn't, even though he has an ability, but he doesn't simply use his ability in whatever way he wants. He understands to use his energy, jnana, bhala, kriya, whatever a person has acquired. It is a gift given by Lord Krishna. So he understands there is a hand of the Supreme Lord in every action. When a situation is come in front of us, a devotee understands that it is the Kala that is working here, it is all working under the plan of Lord Krishna. So Parikshit Maharaj is seeing Kali in front of him, who is not there till date, but at this point of time, Kali is trying to penetrate into his kingdom. He can do two things. One thing is kill him and finish. And second thing is try to understand why Kali is come into existence. So Parikshit has done the second. He used the second option. Why did Kali come into my kingdom? So he has understood that if we look back into Bhagavatam, if we read about a few more chapters previous to this chapter, we understand that Lord Krishna, after having taken birth, he killed so many demons, and then he made Pandavas wage the Kurukshetra war. After that, he made the elder Yudhishthira as a king. He gave the entire kingdom, the entire planet to Yudhishthira, and after that, Krishna has wound up his pastimes. As long as Krishna is there, so all kingdoms were very neatly flourishing, everything was taken care, religious principles were being followed, sages are being protected, all sacrifices were happening on time. So after Krishna has disappeared, then Yudhishthira Maharaj saw that many ill omens occurring in his kingdom. He has understood that something wrong has happened. And after he has heard from Arjuna that Krishna has wound up his pastimes, he disappeared from this planet. The Pandavas also decided to retire. They gave the kingdom to Parikshit and they have retired. So having understood all of this, whatever has happened, Parikshit is now decided that, okay, now Kali penetration into my kingdom is not something untimely, it is timely. Means Dwapara Yuga is ending and Kali Yuga is starting. So that is why Parikshit Maharaj gave these 5 places for Kali to reside. So that is when the age of Kali has actually begun. And we know that after this Brahmana boy curses Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj also winds up his pastimes. So it's not because Parikshit Maharaj cannot prevent Kali. As long as he was ruling, Kali did not interfere. Only when he saw that it is the force of time that is causing Kali to penetrate into the kingdom, then he took this kind of decision. So, which means that whenever something happens in our life, either good or bad, we should understand that it is the Kala that is working against us. So if we have to get out of all of this, then what we should know is, Srila Prabhupada advises that if we have to come out of our karma, all the sufferings, or any kind of troubles that are there in our life, then we should take to religious practice. But just now we were understanding that it is very difficult to understand dharma. Then what is religion? How do we take to religious principles? What is right religion? What is wrong religion? Who is going to explain us? So all this work Krishna has already done. Krishna has given these instructions in the Bhagavad Gita. First, Krishna is explaining in the 4th chapter to Arjuna, Kim karma kim akarmeti kavayo api atra mohita. Even the intelligent are bewildered in determining what is action and what is inaction. Because dharma means finally you have to act. Dharma means not that simply you sit idle. You have to act. You have to act in certain way. Either you should act in a dharmic way or adharmic way. So what is that action? What is that inaction? even the intelligent men are bewildered. So now I shall explain to you what is action is, knowing which you shall be liberated from all the sins. Krishna is very beautifully giving us all the revelations. Next shloka, in verse number 17, Krishna is explaining, Karmanohi api bodhavyam cha vikarmanha, akarmanascha bodhavyam gahana karmano gatihi. Bodhavyam means one has to understand, should be understood or to be understood. So what should we understand from this knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita? Krishna is saying we should understand karmana. What is karma? And also bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha. What is vikarma? And finally, that's not the only thing, what is karma and what is vikarma. And finally, we should also understand one more thing, akarmanascha bodhavyam. What is akarma? What is action? The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know perfectly what is action, what is forbidden action, and what is inaction. All three things have to be understood. Generally, we only consider two things, good and bad. That's all. Either it is black or white. But Krishna is introducing here one more perspective here, inaction, akarma. So from this, this is the perspective Krishna wanted to give to all of us. It's not just enough to think either good or bad. That's not so. We should know three things, action, inaction and forbidden action. In simple terms, it is karma, vikarma and akarma. So what is karma? Karma is that which you act following the injunctions of the scriptures. Whatever is there in the scriptures, as per that you are acting. So Prabhupada has told that whatever occupation you are in, either doing business or farming or whatever it is, you are employed, you have to part some portion of your earning in service of, in charity you have to give. So this is action. If you are following scriptural injunctions, it is called action. Now what is vikarma? Vikarma means against to the scriptural injunctions. It is told you have to give some charity. But instead, if you loot from others, that is akarma. That is vikarma. So, doing good is good, doing bad is bad. So, but why Krishna is introducing akarma here, inaction? What is the reason for that? That is because Krishna is further explaining that either you do good, karma, or bad, vikarma, both will result in either punya or papa. If you have incurred papa, then in your future there will be more sufferings. If you have incurred punya, you will enjoy more. But by the way, we have to continue our cycle of birth. Either you do karma or vikarma. You cannot be liberated from this world. It is not possible. To get liberation, then what we have to do is what Krishna is informing us here. We have to do something known as akarma, inaction. So that is where the spiritual knowledge given by Lord Krishna comes into the picture. That is how Bhagavad Gita is said to be the introduction. First we have to know Bhagavad Gita, then we have to get into the higher subject matters which is there in Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now further Krishna is explaining who is an intelligent man. Let us say we get to know everything from this knowledge. We have understood everything. How do we know we have understood? Krishna is explaining here. One who sees inaction in action and action in inaction. Inaction means, in simple terms, you can say not acting. When a person is not acting, Krishna is saying, one who sees action in that person, he is actually acting. And when a person is in action, but he is not acting anything, he is said to be intelligent among men, and he is in the transcendental position, although engaged in all sorts of activities. So this is little complicated. Prabhupada simplifies it by saying that in the third chapter itself, Krishna has given how one should act, that yajnardat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma vanda. This simple principle already Krishna has spoken in the third chapter. Further in the fourth chapter, he is bringing more points. So, yajnardat karmano means whatever karma we are doing, it should be done as an offering, yajna, to Vishnu. Yajna, another name of Vishnu. So, whatever action we are doing, we should do it as an offering to Vishnu. Then we will be relieved from the karma, whatever sins or punya, whatever we have to suffer, that will be relieved. Krishna will relieve us. The same thing we understand here when one is performing for the pleasure of the Lord. Even though he is putting a lot of effort, he is striving a lot, so many hours in a day, sleeping very less hours, others see that he is working so much, means he is also incurring karma. But Krishna is saying here, he doesn't incur any karma because he is not working for himself. He is working for the pleasure of the Lord. So that principle Krishna is bringing out in the 19th verse of the 4th chapter. One is understood to be in full knowledge whose every act is devoid of desire for sense gratification. If we do our actions not for my sense gratification, but for the gratification of the Supreme Lord Krishna, then it is said to be inaction. Otherwise, karma will bind us. So, this is the third point what Krishna is bringing out here. Either we do good or bad, but there is another term known as inaction. This inaction comes into effect when we act without any desire for sense gratification. When our desire is not contaminated, when our consciousness is not contaminated, when our intelligence is not contaminated by sense gratification, for my own sense gratification, then it is whatever we act, it is said to be inaction. This is what Krishna is advising us in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, from the story that we have understood, the sage, the innocent people, and the dacoits, what is the moral here? The moral is, whatever ethical guidelines are there, whatever principles that are there, we should not be following it blindly. If we blindly follow, then there is no use. There is one more story. There is an instance where there is a great hurricane, a lot of floods were there, and there is one very faithful, devoted person in his home. He was praying to the Lord so much, Lord, save me, save me, save me. There is a lot of flood, water has come into the house, the water level is increasing. So then the neighbors have told him, please come out. There are some rescue boats that have come. We will go into a safe place. The person was adamant. No, I will not go. I will not come with you people. You are not having faith. You are actually trying to escape. I have faith on God. I have a strong faith. I am a strong believer of God. I will be in my house. Lord will come and rescue me. And finally the water level increases. He couldn't reside. His family, he took everybody onto the terrace. And he was again praying to the Lord, please, Lord, save me, save me, save me. I am in suffering. I am your devotee. Please save me. And then rescue boats came to his house. Because water level has increased so much that rescue boats were coming, and then they called him into the boat. He said, no, I will not come. I don't believe in your, whether you will rescue me, you will save me or not, I will not believe. I don't have faith in you. So I believe in God. God will rescue me definitely. So finally rescue boats went away. Understood that he is adamant fellow. He cannot understand. We cannot make him learn what situation he is in. So finally they also went away. And the water level is much more increasing. There was one pole on the corner of the terrace. So he was holding that pole. And then he was praying to the Lord. And finally one helicopter came. And they came to rescue him and said, please get into the helicopter. We'll move on to safe area. He said, no, I don't believe in your rescue operations. I believe in God. I have strong faith in God. And finally, he died. And then when he died, he went into the front of Yamaraj. He was taken. He was taken in front of Yamaraj. Then he questioned Yamaraj that I am a strong believer in God. I prayed to God so many times that I gave everything in my life service to God. But why God did not come for my rescue? What is the reason? Then Yamaraj says, you fool, God has sent you rescue 3 times. Maybe more than that. At least evidently 3 times. But you rejected it. So it is not simply that we are sentimentally following religious principles. We should use our intelligence also. So how to use our intelligence now? If I don't have that much of intelligence now, where do I get that intelligence? That is why that solution also Krishna has given. Please don't use excess of your intelligence. Please surrender unto spiritual master. Spiritual master will guide you. You don't need to break your head. Extend your, do warm-up exercises, how to increase my brain power. Don't do all of those things. Just surrender unto spiritual master. Spiritual master will guide you how you should act based on the time, place, circumstances. Now when we look into the scriptures, one Acharya has given certain set of instructions at one point of time. Now if you try to apply those instructions at this point of time, maybe those instructions will not apply. So that is why at current periods, Srila Prabhupada, who has come down as the great Acharya, he has given us the set of instructions that are best suitable for those people who are living in this particular point of time. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami brings out or simplifies this into a very simple dharmic principle, or the principles of religion, or the code of conduct that all of us have to follow at this point of time. And he writes it in this way. If one actually wants to become religious, this is in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 11th chapter, 99th verse. If one actually wants to become religious, he must take up chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What is the real meaning of religion? It is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. That which is established by Bhagavan himself is called the codes of conduct or the codes of religion. It is called as dharma, which means other than Bhagavan, other than Lord Krishna, nobody else can, speculate or frame or bring about some principles of religion. It's not possible. That is what Srimad Bhagavatam is saying. Religious principles cannot be manufactured by great saints or by demigods or by siddhas. What about ordinary human beings or animals? Nobody can manufacture religious principles. Religious principles are already given by Lord in the scriptures as Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures. The same principles are being reiterated by great acharyas like Srila Prabhupada. So, now this religious principle is available as explained by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, then what is the difficulty? What is difficulty in taking up chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? That he explains in the in the previous verse by saying that anyone who worships Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by congregational chanting should be considered to be very intelligent. Seyita Sumedha. Only people who have intelligence, Sumedha, only those people can easily take to chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Which means it requires little intelligence for us to little understand what situation we are in, what is the actual suffering we are undergoing through, how to come out of it, approach a bona fide spiritual master, and then finally take to shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why should we take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is explaining in the 98th verse here, Avatari Chaitanya Kaila Dharma Pracharana Kalikale Dharma Krishna Nama Sankirtana. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken incarnation in this Kali Yuga as the main duty. What he is intended is preaching the religion of Krishna consciousness. This is the main reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended into this world. And therefore, chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna is the dharma of this age. There is no other dharma. This is the only dharma that we need to take. That is the reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended in this world. And that is the reason why we should also strictly take to chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But then the same further verse is saying that one has to be Sumedha to take to chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that is why whenever we come in front of the Lord, either in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or in front of Radha Krishna or in front of Srila Prabhupada, we should offer our sincere prayers to give us intelligence. That intelligence by which I can understand their explanations, their instructions, by which we can easily take to chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. If we are already chanting, we should offer our prayers to give that intelligence by which my faith in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra increases. It should multiply. It's not a void action wherein you don't, Lord doesn't reciprocate, or Lord is not there to hear your prayers. It's not like that. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna is personally there and he reciprocates with you. So your prayers will be definitely heard and that intelligence will be given to us. Or otherwise our intelligence will be purified. When Srila Prabhupada has gone to the West and he was preaching, he had visited one temple. In that temple, there is a devotee by name Jadurani Mataji. She used to do paintings. Many of the ISKCON paintings are done by her. She is very popular as a devotee of ISKCON. So then, in one day, Prabhupada calls for her and she comes, attends to Srila Prabhupada's call, and immediately she offers pranams and says, Prabhupada, how can I serve you? Then Prabhupada says, I received a postcard from Montreal that on coming 12th and 13th, there is a fair expo, World Fair Expo. So we have to exhibit some of our, whatever we can exhibit, we have to exhibit. What is it that we have? Because Prabhupada has called Chaturani Mataji, invariably he is asking, do we have any paintings that can be exhibited in the expo? Then she refers to one painting that has done by her god sister, Kanchana Bala. She has worked on a painting where Lord Varaha is killing Hiranyaksha. So she refers to this and immediately she takes back, saying, this may not be appealing to the Westerners because it is a fair show. Not sure if it will really appeal to those people. So she will be thinking, which one should I refer to Srila Prabhupada? Then Srila Prabhupada immediately cuts out her doubt and says, there is one instance where even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was planning to go to Varanasi on the way to Vrindavan. He was planning to go to Varanasi. So when he was planning that, okay, I will take a break at Varanasi, immediately his devotees, the followers, advise him, please don't waste your time. Why? Because in Varanasi, every person is a Mayavadi, impersonalist. They don't believe in Krishna, they don't have faith in Krishna, they don't have faith in Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Why do you waste your time to go and preach in those places where there are only impersonalists, flooded with impersonalists, not ordinary impersonalists, they are all scholars. Universities are there in Varanasi. So they are all trained in that way, so please don't waste your time. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replies to them, if they don't like what I have to sell, I will take it back. He doesn't consider it as a waste of time, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is seeing that I have more souls to transform. So if they don't like what I have to sell, what I am selling, I will take it back, no problem. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Varanasi, he chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and people purchased whatever he is selling. So Srila Prabhupada is convincing us that what is it that we have to do at the present times? Should we go for book distribution? Should I sell Bhagavad Gita or not? Should I sell Bhagavatam or not? Should I talk about Hare Krishna Mahamantra or not? Should I speak with public or not? Should I be in the house and keep chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? What is the right thing for me? What is dharmic and what is adharmic? So Prabhupada is saying, this is the time where you have an opportunity to preach. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told all of us to preach, so we should take this opportunity and preach more and more. We should never think that these people are not interested, they are already too much materialistic in nature, so we should not stop preaching, but we should continue to preach. When we continue to preach, Lord will transform their hearts. It's not that by my work I am changing them. Who am I to change their hearts? Krishna, who is residing as Paramatma in their hearts, is doing the transformation. We are not doing any transformation. Whatever we are talking, it is only just we are murmuring whatever we have remembered from the writings of Srila Prabhupada, but the actual work is done by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That will do the work. So with this faith, we have to continue our preaching. Either it is in the book marathon time or at any other times. In whatever action we are performing, we should understand that Lord, it's all happening by the mercy of the Lord. Lord has plan in all the things. That is how Parikshit Maharaj is observing the penetration of Kali into his kingdom. So he gave 5 places for Kali to reside in his kingdom and then carry out his nefarious activities. And further, into the future chapters, we observe that the Parikshit Maharaj is being cursed and he ends his life pastimes, and then Kali intensifies, and in the 12th chapter, 11th and 12th chapter, how in Kali Yuga people act, all that is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. So with this we will stop here. Hare Krishna.